Hello, welcome to the channel. We are host today and I'm reporting. Tunataka tuongele about Kevin Kiptum. Alikuwa anaitwa Kevin Kiptum, alikuwa mwanariadha mkali sana na alikuja na uzito na upigo kali zaidi. Pale kupata awards hapa na pale ameenea kutoka nchi za Kenya pale nyumbani huko mpaka pale akafika London huko kote na kuwa na mwanariadha mkubwa zaidi kwa kipaji chake cha kukimbia. Alikuwa akiwa kochi na alikuwa na kochi wake alikuwa anaitwa Gravin, ambaye alikuwa anaitwa Geravis. Poleni sana majina mapya Kenya, lakini kochi wake alikuwa anaitwa Geravis akizimana ambayo hawa ndio waliweza kupata ajali. Ilikuwa tarehe 11 Februari mwezi huu. Ijakuwa mwezi mrahisi sana kwa watu wengi sana, wale wote waliopoteza famili zao, watu wao. Poleni sana, tuchukue hati na roho Mungu. He enjoyed himself that Friday night, and it was on 11th of February. It was on 11th of February where he died at local time. That was in 11 p.m. at night, where the accident was there near Kaptagat, Kenya, in Eldoret town. So we're gonna go to start. When was he born? For me to follow up, we can say that Kevin Kiptum was born in 2nd December, that is 1999, and the sunset is 11th February 2024. He was a Kenyan long distance runner and the marathon world recorder. When he died, he ran 3 of the 7 fastest marathon in his history, and he was ranked among the world's main marathon runners. Kiptum, let me give you a little highlight about Kiptum in 2023 London Marathon, where he emerged to be the first man and he emerged to be the first number, and that is where he gained fame. Hello, and I was saying that I'm gonna give you a highlight on the 23rd 2023 London Marathon. That was the 43rd running of the annual London Marathon on 23rd of April 2023. That was the last year, and it was the first time since 2019 that the event was run in the springs, as the previous 3 races were they run in autumn due to the COVID-19 pandemic. That was the first time when the run resumed, the Olympic resumed. That is the 43rd London Marathon, where Kiptum emerged to be the first man he won with 2 hours and 1 minute 25 seconds. And we have the women in leaders, that was Sifan Hassan, and also there was men on wheelchair, that was Marcel Hag, and also wheelchair women, that was Madison de Razio. And it continued that way, where that it said that the elite men was and women events were won by Kelvin, Kiptum and Sifan in times of 2:01 to 25 and 2:18 to 33 respectively. Kiptum's time of course recorded the highest, and attracted a big attention. And the wheelchair of men's and women competition were won by Marcel Hag and Madison in the course of 1 to 2, 1:23, 44 and to 1 is to 38 is to 51, and respectively. Around 48,000 athletes finished the mass participation event, beating the previous record in the 2019 where there was COVID. That was about the Kiptum at the 2023 London Marathon. And the full name, so we can go direct to what is background, what is his biography. We can see that his name was Kelvin Kiptum Cheriot. He was born in the 2nd December 1999 in a place called Korio in Kenya, that is in Eldoret town, and he died in 11th February 2024 at the age of 24 near Kaptagat, Kenya, that is in Eldoret. His height was about 1 to 80 and 65, and that was his kg, I can't say. And he had a spouse that they married for 10 years, that is Asenath Cheruto Rotich, and they had a kid. The first kid is 8 years old, and they have been in marriage for 10 years. and they have 2 children. He was coached by the Gervais Akizimana, and he was a long distance runner. He was the highest world ranked marathon runner in 2023. That was the first, and his personal best was 2:0:35 on Chicago World Marathon, Chicago 2023. In the medical record, he was a men's athletics representing Kenya, and he won a gold medal at first place. That was his first time he tried. Kiptum won all the 3 marathons he ran, including the top tier World Marathon Majors (WMM) between December 2022 and October 2023. His aims were 3 of the 7 fastest marathon times. He's setting a course record of less than 2 hours 2 minutes in each race. Kiptum ran the farthest ever marathon debut at the 2022 Valencia Marathon. He became the only 3rd man in history to break 2 hours and 2 minutes, and setting then the 4th quickest time ever. He followed it up 4 months later in the second farthest marathon in 2 hours 1 minute and 25 to 16 seconds outside the world record at the 2023 marathon, London Marathon, and at the 2023 Chicago Marathon 6 months later, that is in last year, October 2023, he broke the world record by 34 seconds with a time of 2 hours 0 minutes and 35 seconds, a mark ratified on 6th February this year in 2024, 5 days just before his death. It made a world ranked, like, it made an history just before his death, 5 days before his death, by the International Track Federation, World Athletics. Kiptum was married. We're going to tell about the life. Kiptum was married to Asenath Cheruto, with whom he had 2 children. Let's say about they've been married for 10 years, and the Kiptum is 24, and the wife is now, she was born in 2000, so I think that is probably a range of 23 years. It's fine. They're young people in marriage. I don't know how you guys maintain it. Death and reactions at 11 p.m. local time on the February 11, 2024. Kiptum died on a road accident near the Kaptagat Eldoret Highway, that is in Kenya, in which his coach Garavis Akizimana also died on the spot. Local police stated that the Kiptum lost control of his car and were veered off the road before entering a ditch and colliding with a big tree. The 4 men who had visited him on that day about a contract for running shoes were subsequently detained for questioning concerning Kiptum's death. The 4 men that were being investigated, they say that they wanted a contract for running shoes that was supposed to be going in April for another run, and it didn't. We don't know what happened because they were like released, and the investigation is still ongoing. And you can see the World Athletics President Sebastian Coe remarked on that, in quotes, that he said, on behalf of the World Athletics, we send our deepest condolences to the families, friends, teammates, and Kenyan nation. It was only earlier this week in Chicago, and the place where Kelvin set his extraordinary marathon world record, that I was able to officially ratify his historic time. An incredible athlete, leaving an incredible legacy. We will miss him dearly. Former marathon Eliud Kipchoge, world record holder, also, he said, in quotes, I am deeply saddened by the tragic passing. I'm deeply saddened by the tragic passing of a marathon world record holder and rising star Kelvin Kiptum, an athlete who had an whole life ahead of him to achieve incredible greatness. I offer my deep condolences to his family. May comfort during this trying time. Kenya, we also have the Kenyan president, also he sent his condolences. We have the chief opposition leader Raila Amolo Odinga. We also have many other leaders, including the president of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto. They give out their tribute, and we can see President William Ruto ordered a 40-day mourning period for Kiptum, as his house was supposed to be built by 7 days, because he's going to be buried on 23rd of this month. And that is about Kiptum. and we can see his achievements. His achievements is a track. There's a event. It's like a table, and we can say there's the first time he started to run was in Stockholm, Sweden, and that was 4th May 2021. He went for 10-kilometer stretch, and that was on 6th October 2019. And then some other day he went on a road half marathon that was for 58 minutes. That was in Valencia, Spain in December 6, 2020. And we can see he went for another one in Chicago, United States. That was 8th October 2023, where he held a world record. All the others in Stockholm, he didn't win an award. In Utrecht in Netherlands, he didn't win an award. And Valencia, he did not made it to the award. The marathons he made a first position, following first. It was in Valencia Marathon, that is Valencia, Spain, in 2022. In London Marathon, he won London, United Kingdom. That was in first. It was the first number. And also in 2023, the same year last year, Chicago Marathon, where in Chicago, United States, he won he won again. And we can see the World Marathon Major Series. We can look at the timeline. It was supposed to be this year. It was supposed to be there's a series standing with the 50 points, but it's also supposed to be again running for two. There's Tokyo. He was not present. Boston was not present. He became the first number in London, Berlin, and Berlin he was not present. Chicago Marathon, New York City Marathon, I think is the one he was supposed to go. That is about the Kelvin Kiptum. We are really sorry for the family, and his training regime, it's following. We can talk about this training. How was he holding all these records? He had his coach in performance, following Kiptum's breaking performance in 2023 October. His coach provided an insight on the athlete's training regime. Gavais Akizimana stated that the Kiptum logged 250 to 280 kilometers, that is 155 to 173 miles per week. And in the lead up to that year's London Marathon in April, in his routine regularly featured daily morning runs spanning to 25 to 28 track or the fartlek workouts on Tuesday and Saturdays. It was an intense long run of 30 to 40 kilometers, close to marathon pace on Thursday, and also on Sunday he trained alternately in the high altitude areas of Chepkoroi and the nearby Kerio Valley, where he ran about 800 to 1200 meters before Chicago Marathon. That is where it was. That was how his training regime was. His career, his career is all about he started in the half marathon of a family bank in Eldoret, half marathon native, finishing the 10th. He placed the 12th in the following year. In 2018, the teenager took his first victory win in a race of 62 seconds. He was the self-coached at the time. He was a self-coached. In March 2019, Kiptum debuted on the international stage of Lisbon, a half marathon in Portugal, finished the 5th with a new personal best of 59 seconds to 59 minutes to 54 seconds. He participated also in the 6 other races that year, touring North and West Europe. He won the CAS half marathon in his home country, that is in November 2019. 2020, Kiptum started working with the Rwandan coach, that is the Akizimana Gavais, that was in 300 meters steeplechase record holder. As his coach, although Kiptum supposedly had periodically trained alongside other youths with him since 2013, and since about 2020 was already preparing for the marathon. In December of that year, the 21-year-old, at the moment was 21, he set a significant personal best in the Spanish Valencia Marathon, half marathon, and he was the 6th. In 2021, he ran for half marathon in Les de Calais, the place he was placing the first, that is Valencia again, and he was the 8th, placing the 8th respectively, and the third man ever to break in 2 minutes, 2 hours and 0 minutes and 02 minutes in the marathon. December 23, he was a 23-year-old Kiptum last year of an upset when adapting in the classic 42 kilometers, 42.195 kilometer distance of the Valencia Marathon. He running with a negative split. He took the victory with the fourth farthest time ever over 2 hours and 1 minute, becoming the third man in history to break 2 hours and 2 minutes. Only his compatriot at the world record holder Eliud Kipchoge and Ethiopia's Kenesi Sabekele had the run faster up to the point. Kiptum set to the quickest second half in marathon in history of time in 60 seconds, including the 14:00 from 30 to 35 kilometers and between 28 minutes between 30 to 40 kilometers. His winning time was by far the fastest marathon debut in history, smashing the course record by over a minute. He also beat the runner-up by more champions at the 2022 World Marathon in Tamirat Tola, the previous favorite among others. He became the world record holder in October 28th, and Kiptum set the new record at Chicago Marathon. All this we've talked about his life. He was a good runner. He was a varist. He was committed. And seeing a young person just lost his life just like that, we intend the investigations will go on, and people know what killed him and why it had to be done that way. May his soul rest in peace, and may God grant the family a peaceful time at the hard moments and sad times. Thank you so much for tuning and listening to us. I hope you're going to keep updated on the next time, and we say thank you and